Hello, everyone. We're going to start very shortly. Well, I wish I could do better by I wish I could do better by you, 'cause that's what you deserve. You sacrifice so much of your life in order for this to work. When I'm out chasing my own dream, sailing around the world, please know that I'm yours to keep, my beautiful girl. Well, each time you cry, a piece of my heart dies, knowing that I may have been caught. And if you were to leave, fulfill someone else's dream, just know that I could totally be lost. You don't ask for no diamond rings, no delicate string of pearls. That's why I wrote this song, to sing, my beautiful girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I wish I could do better by you, 'cause that's what you deserve. You sacrifice so much of your life in order for this to work. When I'm out chasing my own dreams, sailing around the world, please know that I'm yours to keep, my beautiful girl. Well, each time you cry, a piece of my heart dies, knowing that I may have been the cause. And if you were to leave and fulfill someone else's dream, know that I would totally be lost. You don't ask for no diamond rings, no delicate string of pearls. That's why I wrote a song to sing, my beautiful girl. You don't ask for no diamond rings, no delicate string of pearls, string of pearls. I wrote this song to sing, my beautiful girl. Welcome, everyone. I'm gonna say happy Sunday to you. Apparently it's the Oscars. Some people were commenting. I noticed it's the Oscars tonight. I don't really pay attention to award shows anymore. But it's the Oscars. If you're tuning in, you are choosing Bunkie Life TV over the Oscars. What does that say about you? What does it say about me? What does that say about society? I'm not really sure. But hello, everyone. If you could comment, who do you think's going to win the Oscars tonight? That'd be funny to do. I haven't watched a movie in a long while. Tonight, though, we're going to do a presentation on how to earn income with your Bunkie, which will be fun. We might even have a special guest of tuning in or coming with us to the studio, whatever it is. Maybe, maybe not. It's up in the air at this point. So this is a high-profile celebrity coming on the show potentially. So if that happens, wonderful. If it doesn't, we'll soldier on. We'll carry on. Yeah, welcome everyone. I'm gonna see if I can get the comments going here. I don't know if those comments are popping up on the screen like they are mine, but okay, cool. Some people are talking about some people are saying the Oscars are overrated. Steph Jonette Mayer. Yeah, I guess you can make that argument. What else? People are saying cool song. That's great. Thank you so much. That's very kind. Someone's like, really want to win that Bunkie, but want to get to the Oscars too. It's one of those things, you know? It's gonna be tricky. This is another great comment. Kathy Skerritt says, I've seen more Bunkie Life movies than theater movies. That is hilarious. We have a lot of content. Lisa says, watching from Minnesota. That might be my wife calling me. No, it's not. Okay, it's not my wife. I'm just going to close this. All right, so I want to make sure my phone is in vibrate. I apologize for that. Very rude. Very rude thing. Okay, somebody said my video stream keeps cutting out. I logged in and out once. I apologize. I forgot to rename the title of the video. So that's my bad if it went out once. I'm hoping it'll be okay tonight. We had some problems last time. So, hello everyone. So yeah, I guess what film is going to win the Oscar tonight? Sounds so pretentious to say. Oh, here's a question from Ken. What was the Nova Scotia song that you sang the other day? It's called Nova Scotia. I wrote that song. It's called Nova Scotia. It's been played a little bit on the radio. CBC, you may have heard of it. Movies I've never heard of before. Celebrities patting themselves on the back about featuring movies I've never heard before. Come to the Oscars. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, so let's talk a little bit before I really have fun chatting. So before we get into that, the contest is closing in just a week from today. It's going to be wonderful. You're all invited. And on Tuesday, we're going to talk about how to have the best bunkie on the block. And then the very last live stream before the contest close is Thursday. Please tune in this Thursday. Drop what you're doing, cancel the Oscars or whatever other stupid award show is going on, and tune in. It's going to be wonderful. Our celebrities in the camera there. So there's our celebrities just tuning in. So anyways, we're going to have a quick outline, and then we're going to go right into it. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about tonight.
I'm in the camera.
You're in the camera.
Where?
Doesn't matter.
Get out of it.
It's all good. So, yeah, you're in the camera. So as always, please hold your questions and comments until the very end because it'll help the flow of this presentation. So I want to tell a little bit about stories of past clients, and then we're going to talk about our story too. This is my wife Carrie, in case you can't see her.
I don't know where the cameras are.
It's all right. Anyways, cameras right up there. Okay, so we're going to talk about a few other people that have done the Bunkie Life experience in their own cool way, in their own cool twist. I'll just talk about them briefly, and then we can talk about your questions. We'll get to the questions as quickly as we can. So where are my... Yeah, okay, here we go. So this is one of our campground clients from this past year. This is Cedars Campground. They are a campground kind of near Flamborough. We actually played a gig there, and they're just fabulous at the Cedars Campground. Wonderful place. And they bought a 2019 no-loft model, a couple of them actually. And so this for them was a way to take a site that was kind of annoying, and they had like temporary guests there, and it was able to turn it into a really nice, basically kind of more permanent temporary site with really cool bunkies. And so these are the two bunkies they built there. We also have a client, the resort for children, Muskoka Woods, up on Lake Rosso. And for them, the bunkies were a really cool way to get some staff housing up real quick. So they actually bought 4 bunkies this past summer, and they have a really awesome view. They're kind of like, I used to be a camp counselor, just as an aside. Muskoka Woods was kind of like the Cadillac of campgrounds. Our campground was always like, I wish we could be like Muskoka Woods. They have like real fireworks and stuff. So anyways, Muskoka Woods, pretty epic. And this is like their existing staff building, and this is what they managed to do with their 2 of their 4 bunkies. So it's kind of like just a really cool look. It just fit right into their motif. Even the roof lines look the same.
They did a great job on theirs. And then Carrie and I will talk about our Airbnbs, but another client from last year. We've got more than I have time to tell you, but this is the awesome spot on Dog Lake, and for them it was an additional guest. Basically, they were able to house additional guests for a rental cottage. So they had a kind of competitive market on Dog Lake for their cottage, which is to the left there, and they were able to turn it into a really successful kind of additional, like basically kind of almost doubled their ability to sleep people because they can sleep 4 people in this 2019 loft model. And they did a killer job too. Like, I got to show you guys these photos. They're gorgeous. There's their inside. Kyle burned the floor, which sounds destructive, but actually it's pretty cool. Super good guy too. And this is their view. I mean, they have an epic view, and it's an epic Airbnb overall. It's their loft up there, and that's their finished thing. But yeah, these are just some of the stories. So we are actively looking for people outside of last year. We just thought, oh, Airbnb, that's what we do. And what we found is last year, Nancy Verhoek and a ton of other people took the Bunkie concept and they made it their own in their own special way. And that's been exciting to see how the Bunkie Life community's been growing and just kind of filling different niches that we didn't even think about. So this year we're saying, we'll take you. Campgrounds, RV parks, trailer parks. We want to work with you guys because it's cool. And it really is interesting to see how this happen. And then in terms of our story, so we actually originally built the very first bunkie for my mom to stay in when she was coming to visit from Sarnia, Petrolia. And my mom and dad live there, and Carrie's parents live down near Windsor. So it started out as that, but being kind of an entrepreneurial guy, I had it listed on Airbnb before I actually had the cabin finished. I was finishing the last little bit of the trim and the floorboards when the first guest showed up. And I had to an actual blow up mattress that they stayed in for the first weekend. And that's what everything took off. And so I wanted to tell you all the awesomeness, but I'm kind of, what I've noticed is every couple has the gas and the brakes. And usually if you're going to have random strangers staying in or around your property, you have someone that might be resisting this idea. I can't believe it, but someone might be just having a few questions. So I thought I'd bring in Carrie, the official brakes of the relationship, if you will. And, last year I said, everyone's got a campfire. Some people light the campfire and some people pee on the campfire. So Carrie's kind of our OCP. And I'd like to bring her in. Come on in, Carrie. And if you could, give us the backstory. Dave says, I'm going to build this bunkie, and guess what? Random people are going to come stay in this bunkie. What was your first thought? What hit you at that point?
Oh, heck no.
Oh, heck no. All of a sudden,
the finger wave.
You became a sassy black woman all of a sudden.
Yeah, I did. I didn't like the idea of having other people around on our property. I live in the middle of nowhere because I like space and like the kids to be able to like roam around. And then you said, what if I could make it so that you never see them? And I was like, well, maybe.
Yeah, see, I love people, and Carrie just doesn't want us to be seen or be seeing people. And that's how we make it work. So, so the first year, I think we built it in 2015, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And what was your experience that first kind of few months? I think we built it later towards the end of the year.
I was just surprised that so many people booked it.
Yeah, I was too, actually, to be honest.
I didn't realize there was such a demand for it.
Yes, that's true of both of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was also pretty, this is going to come out wrong. I was pretty amazed at what people would be willing to do, because like, we didn't even have a bathroom at that point. We just had this like tent with a with like a little, remember that tent?
Oh, that was
it's a hunting tent with a little like hunting toilet, and it was brutal, right? We built a bunkie toilet the next year, but so they were willing to pay pretty good money to come and stay in the country. And so, who are the kind of people that are coming to our bunkies, and why do you hate them so much?
I don't hate them. I just like my space.
Okay, but who's coming?
No, yeah, it's mostly people like from the city. They just wanted, a night out underneath the stars. I just wanted to get away. They all said like they just wanted to unplug, but then the first question is, What's the Wi-Fi? So I'm not sure how unplugged it was, but yeah.
Our Wi-Fi is really slow. That's a selling feature. Come enjoy slow Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mostly, I'd say mostly people from like the GTA area. That's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we should also say, we have 2 acres roughly, right? And it's kind of all spread up over on a hill. So like we've set up the first bunkie set up kind of behind the house, behind some trees. So they can't see us. We can't see them.
Right. Yeah. Ours is nice in that you can't see any of the bunkies from the house.
Yeah. So that's nice. And then we sat down year 2 and I said, let's triple down. Let's build one with a loft. Let's build a bathroom. Let's build another one in the woods there. What was your thinking? Because that was actually, the first one was easier to sell than the second one for some reason, or the second, third, and fourth one.
Yeah.
Why was that one?
That was an even bigger. Oh heck no.
Yeah. So I used to have a rental property in Windsor. I used to have 2 rental properties in Windsor. I went to the University of Windsor, and I had these rental properties, and they were a pain. They were awesome for like 8 months a year. 8 months a year, you just collect your rent checks, and then 4 months a year, you just wanted to like burn the entire thing down, hopefully with the tenants outside. But they could watch it burn, and they could watch your stuff burn because they were terrible tenants a lot of time. And we'd be so lucky if we made like $200 profit. We'd be like, yes, $200, and they didn't like light a barbecue next to the house and melt the siding off, And then I sat down and I said, Carrie, look at these numbers. This is the numbers from the bunkies, and we can go into that if you guys would like. And I was like, we're making so much more money and so much less hassle.
Yeah.
Like, how have you found, your initial thought was like, this is going to be a hassle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I initially thought you're going to have these people that don't know where they're going, and they're kind of going to be traipsing all over our property, and there's going to be a million loads of laundry, and then they're going to need, all these amenities and whatnot, but...
Yeah, and we're pretty much, I wouldn't say we're amenity free. We have like a fire pit and stuff. But yeah, no shower. You don't have a shower, and then one of the first rules was no bunkie people in the house.
Yeah.
So I couldn't let them shower in our house. That was forbidden, so I had to work around that. Yeah. So anyways, we have a deal where they can shower at the local gym if they want to. So, yeah, in a nutshell, it's been less hassle than I think. There's a lot of laundry, though. We do a lot of laundry, in the summer especially. Yeah. What other things did you worry about, or concerns or question you have while we're in the topic?
I should have prepared more for this.
It's okay. Just had a kid. So.
What other concerns did I have? I always worried about them like lighting our whole property on fire with the fire pit.
Yeah, sometimes we have burn bans in Erin. You probably have it in your area too. And like, it's just really, if it's really dry, you can't light a fire. And people are always a little bit disappointed if that's the case. But I just let them know ahead of time. Yeah. And with regards to your thing about earlier, like they'd be traipsing all over the property. So we made a video for each bunkie, and they have to watch the video and then confirm a code word in the video. You may be familiar with the idea, right? Confirm this code word so I know you watched the right video, and then they don't show up at the wrong bunkie or get really lost. Yeah. And then I also weed out the people who don't actually follow instructions really well, because if they watch the video, they know exactly where to go, and it all works out great. Yeah. So, so year one, we pretty much even before end of year one, we paid off the first bunkie. And then we had paid off all of our bunkies by the end of year 2. Yeah. And then I can show you guys the numbers, but it's been like really smooth sailing and really steady, really consistent and steady. Predictable and steady. And when you got a lot going on in your life, like we've had over the past couple of years, it's been nice to kind of have that steady income coming in and not have to think about it. What other campfires can you piss on for us tonight? Any other reasons not to do this?
Well, I mean, we don't really have, like, neighbors.
Yeah. So. I think this is the type of thing, if you have immediate neighbors, you want to talk to them. It's best to not have immediate neighbors.
Or to have a big enough property that it's...
Yeah. We're lucky that we're surrounded by great neighbors and farmland, essentially. But that's just our model, right? What I've noticed is people are taking the idea, let's like take a bunkie and they've done so many amazing things with it. So
yeah, like people are writing about like they'll do like workshops with like, whatever their expertise area is, like art class or yoga studios, and it's interesting to see what everybody's
Mm-hmm.
coming up with.
Yeah, we've been really lucky to see just the creative ways that people have used bunkies. So we can go into the fine details. A lot of people are asking questions, which is great, even though I asked you to just hold those questions off until the end. We'll talk about all those questions because I'm sure they're all great questions. I just want to give a round of applause for our OCP. Thank you for coming. And let's talk about reasons to do it. So we had the breaks, and let's talk about reasons to do it. I can go into those details as well. So I think the number one thing I would say, for me at least, is there's good steady income. And what I mean by that is, let me show you. So this is year one. And these are 3 bunkies, right? So keep in mind, there's 3 bunkies plus they shared the bathroom. So 3 bunkies, we'll say. And year one, I didn't have all of them open right away. I was still building in April and May. So this isn't the full year. And then year 2, which was 2018, even though that was a really horrible, terrible year for us personally, we still managed to make almost 30K. And actually, these are just the Airbnb numbers. So we had some Canada stays bookings, but not a ton. So this is a pretty good guesstimate. And then this is last year. And last year was a little slower because we took some time off and went to Florida. But overall, like super consistent within like $1,000. And I'm pretty sure this year is going to be no different. And we might even rent out the new one. I don't know. We'll see. So anyways, that's kind of our little model. We're gonna answer questions. Kara, do you want to stick around for that, or do you want to?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go back in time. If everyone could hold off on those questions, I want to just back off, and then we'll get back to the questions. There's a lot of them, and then we'll go. Okay, there's a lot of questions. Yeah, this is okay. So, okay, let's go to the questions about the bathroom. Great questions, Hippie Catherine. Where do they go to the bathroom? So we have a 4th bunkie that's like our bathroom and just has a little composting toilet, and it worked great. So the shower thing, we just said go to the gym, shower there, and that's how we keep. So we don't have any official plumbing. We just have the composting toilet, which is not officially plumbing. There's no running water, and there's no shower, so no plumbing and no buildings. That's kind of how we do it. Yeah.
Plus, we don't want really long stays.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So with really long stays, people can get a little familiar. The relationship get a little stale. The advantage of really short stays is you get a lot of reviews really quickly because you have lots of turnover, and you also get the cleaning fee through Airbnb quicker. So every time someone comes and stays, you get a cleaning fee. So that's a question about the bathroom. I think we got that. People are saying, oh, the clicking sound. You're right. I got a clicking sound because people are commenting. And for some reason, it's clicking right now. Sorry about that if that's annoying. And there's a lot of clicks because there's a lot of comments. And that's great. We're glad there's comments. Okay. Oh, someone's asking about Nova Scotia. We'll get to that later. Nova Scotia. Okay. Oh, someone said, OCP? That's official campfire pisser. It's a term. That's a Bunkie Life term. Someone that comes and pees on your campfire. All right, what about insurance? Great question, Hit B. So insurance, we have property insurance, obviously, on our property. And through Airbnb, all your bookings, there's $2 million of liability insurance. And that's super helpful. If someone wants to sue you or something, then you want to have liability insurance for sure. So great question. And then she's, yeah. Oh, here's a really cool comment. Jody, renting my bunkie as a vacation rental allowed me to stay home and raise my children while still having an income. My rentals were seasonal, and in 4 months, I made my property taxes for the year. Yeah, that's been our experience as well. That was very cool. I don't think Jody was our client. Obviously, this is a long time ago, if your kids are grown and stuff now. But yeah, really cool. Here's a good question. What is the average price to stay in a bunkie? We live adjacent to a beach. That's cool. Would you offer rentals kayaks, or would there be too much liability? Yeah, great question. And, you know, your level of risk is something you have to kind of take on. Most people are cool and good, you know, and I don't know if I would rent kayaks, though. I don't know. But we average about $60 to $90 a night is what we're charging right now. We charge a little more on the weekends, a little more in the summer, and then go from there. So that's a really great question, Alex. I hope that's helpful. I don't know about renting kayaks or not and what liability you may be exposing yourself to. So Consult your legal authority. Great question. Oh, okay. I think I answered this question, but I'll answer it again because it's a good question. What kind of bathroom is it? Is there water lines? So I just have a little bathroom Bunkie. It's not the one we sell, but we sell a really cool, like 6x6 little A-frame bathroom Bunkie. It's on our product page. And we also now sell Sunmar composting toilets. And my understanding, I went and interviewed the guy from Sunmar a couple weeks ago. And if you have a composting toilet, the new one they have, it's not plumbing. It's a completely something that doesn't need a certification or permit for.
Someone asked about how you empty the composting toilet, what you do with it.
So mine is an older model. I wish I could have got the new one, but the older model, you have to kind of like rotate the drum every time you poop, and then it comes out the bottom, and then you got to go throw it somewhere, like a compost pile or whatever. It is, Jason says, very cool passive income. It really is, guys. Comparatively to owning rentals, a lot easier. Oh, okay, here's a great question. Heather, what's it like working with the Airbnb company? What's it like working, how much they charge? So if you pay a fee, it's usually like $1 or $2 a booking on our end, but they also charge the guests a little more, like $5 or $10 sometimes. So they pay, they might, we're getting 60 or 90 or whatever, but they're paying maybe a little more than that. Oh, this is cool. This is Jody again. Because my Bunkie was primitive, I charged 30 to 50. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you can kind of glamorize or unglam. You can make your Bunkie super rustic. You can make it kind of chill. Our Bunkies are obviously pretty nice. Should you choose to buy one from us, you can obviously do this with a shack or a shed or whatever, but ours are pretty nice. So if you kind of decorate it and you have a decent surrounding area, you should be able to get a premium, I think. Oh, Heidi, would it make sense to put the potty thing in then?
Maybe in the Bunkie, they mean?
Oh, I like the idea of the campground shared washroom. It works for us, I think if we had any more units, we might have our own private bathroom Bunkie next to the Bunkie. But I just think the idea of walking into where you're going to sleep and pee and poop is kind of weird. That's just me. I think we talked about insurance. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is Jody. I love hearing from people that are doing it. Right. So I'm sorry for overemphasizing Jody, but it's wonderful. People wanted my Bunkie for the experience. I was booked solid. That's been our experience too. Like August especially. Like if you guys can see this, like August is always killer. We were booked every single night of the week, all 3 cabins in August, and almost every single month. So August is epic for us. Do breasts bring their own water? Yes, they do bring their own water, and we do not provide access to water, and we're very upfront about that. I would never. The best thing about Airbnb, or the thing you have to do with Airbnb, is make sure you're very upfront. This is what you're getting. We have a video for each one, so they know exactly what it's like, and then you set the expectations well ahead of time before they book, ideally. Even though it says 3 times, there is no shower here. There will be no shower. Please check this rule. It says, I accept there is no shower. Sometimes people still expect there to be a shower, but for the most part, everyone's pretty cool if you can be upfront and just be honest about, like, this is what you're getting. Would something like this fly in the city? I'm in Sarnia. Depends on your neighbors. Depends on how in the city you are, So I know Sarnia is pretty cool and pretty chill from my experience. I'm from Petrolia, so. How do you dispose of the composting soil? I just chuck it kind of in a big pile. Composting pile, basically.
Well, they say that it's supposed to be...
It is supposed to be legit compost once it goes through the whole process. What about cooking in the Bunkie? I don't have cooking stuff in the Bunkie. There's a campfire for every Bunkie or a chimenea.
Like roasting sticks.
Roasting sticks, stuff, So a little barbecue on the one too. But I say don't cook in the Bunkie. We don't have any coffee pots or things that are going to get our Bunkie burned down. Yeah. So good question. How much extra is insurance over personal use? So just a rider on your home insurance policy, and then Airbnb is part of that fee that you pay is the liability insurance. So not much. Kelly, I see this comment. Email us about this question. If you have any contest-related questions, we can answer it, but email us. Oh, yeah. Okay, great question. I'm curious, how did you get your clients coming to Erin? It's only a small town, and I live in the country in Smithville. Are there people passing through? There are a few passer-throughers. They're the minority, maybe 5%.
There's also nothing else here. Like, anybody who comes here, there's nothing they can rent.
Yeah, you might find if you live in a small town, there's really nothing there. That's been my experience of Erin. Like, I'm friends with all the other Airbnb owners, or like actual B&B owners, and there's just not many of us. So, yeah, you might think, well, why would you drive to Erin? Well, some people need to come for a wedding. Some people need to just, they look on Airbnb and they see a really cool bunkie that's available the weekend they want to get away, and they're willing to drive an hour, right? So that's totally. Oops, that's a great question though, Heidi. I'm having trouble dragging the comments back. Okay, our friends live in Beachburg. Is that near you? I do not know where Beachburg is. And would you view their property to discuss how to turn? Okay, so here's a good question. Would you go? So I do charge for my time. So if you want us to go and help you get it started, we're happy to do so. But I do charge people for that. And that's on top of them if they decide to buy a bunkie from us. That I also charge for my time. Yep. Is the ladder attached? All of our ladders are removable, but I've actually screwed all my ladders in because I got people drinking and climbing ladders at my Airbnb. Can it be moved out of the way?
Yep.
Yeah, for our normal kits, yeah. Not for mine though. What is the length of stay you would recommend? I think the sweet spot is 1 to 3 days. Yep. For our experience, right? Then get them in and out and fast. We've had people stay for a couple weeks, but that's really the exception to the rule. What about Airbnb inspections and approvals? It's all a rating-based system, so if you suck, they're going to know really quickly, and you're going to get bad reviews, and then you're going to be booted off. That's how they do it. Do I have a porch on the bunkie I rent? One or two of them have little porches that I built in front of the bunkie.
They're separate, so it's technically
they're separate structures, guys. They're bunkie adjacent, not bunkie attached. Sandra, do you have fans or air conditioning? Yeah, all my bunkies have fans, and my premium bunkie, which is my loft bunkie, has an air conditioning unit. Oh, this is kind of cool. The person above could rent or lend out bikes. People can still explore the area without extra insurance. Yeah, that's cool. Chris asked, this is kind of can the bunkie extend out the front as it does the top? Yeah, we can do custom stuff. It always costs 2 to 3 times as much per square foot, just so you know. Happy to do those type of things. Okay. Do you supply drinking water and or a coffee station? No to both questions.
Heidi's question is good.
Do I rent over winter? Normally, yes. We just had a baby.
Yeah, I'm doing the mama rock.
Doing the mama rock, as people noticed. So not this past month or so. I think we closed it down about a month ago.
I think in December.
Yeah, basically closed it down in December because it's been a chaotic series of events. So normally, yeah. I shut down my summer cabin usually because it's not as insulated as the other ones. But I've been heating up the one, our original bunkie. I've been heating that one up. When guests come, or when bunkie lifers come to check out the bunkies, and it's been really hot. I insulated the roof this spring, so it's been really good. So yeah, I'd say if you have a good heat source, you can rent them out in the winter for sure. I've done that in the past. Oh, okay. So you rent your bunkies with the bedding included? Yeah, so we have queen-size beds on all of our bunkies, so that all of our bunkie mattresses and sheets and everything are interchangeable, and we do a fair bit of laundry. We don't do towels because there's no running water, so what do you need a towel for? Simple. Easy. Oh, is it better to include meals, or are they allowed to cook? Yeah, they include, they cook their own meals or order in or go out to the restaurants in town. We try to push people to go into Erin. Say there's lots of cool little restaurants. So yeah, we don't provide meals. The Airbnb people think bed and breakfast. There's no breakfast with ours.
Yeah, it stands for bed, no breakfast.
Yeah, not sure if that's actually true, but I now try to stay in an Airbnb wherever we go anywhere.
Yeah.
And nobody's providing breakfast. It's not a thing. Thomas, deposit. I'm not sure what you mean. Like, do the guests put down a deposit, or not? Could you clarify that question, Thomas Prince? Oh, is there a kitchen in the bunkie? How do they keep food cold and cook? There's no kitchen in the bunkie, and they generally don't keep food cold.
Well, there's a bunch of people that bring coolers.
Yeah, you can bring a cooler because you're like I said, we found like 1 to 3 days is the sweet spot. So, you got to answer the question about rentering, about winterizing. Sorry, rentering. So yeah, we make most of our money in the summer. Let me show you a little graph. This is like a good typical year, like April, May, blah, 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 you know, and then kind of teetering off in December. That's like been our experience. We're making most of our money from about April to December, April to November, and the rest is just bonus money.
Oh, that's a good question.
Minimum stay. For booking, do you have a minimum stay, and do you do a lot of self check-ins? Do you always supply bedding? I've always supplied bedding, Nancy. Good to see you, by the way. We don't have a minimum stay. 1 day's fine. We're cool with 1 day. Do you do a lot of self check-in? All of our check-ins are self check-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, low hassle. So there's a video that I've created for each person. You know, it like shows them like turning into our driveway, driving up the driveway, and I'm talking like, don't spin your tires as you drive up our driveway. And then they go and they park at the top where they're supposed to park. Then it shows like your eyes walking up, and then you opening the bunkie door. Here's how to find the bathroom. So I've like visually laid it out what they have to do, and I test them. Have you watched the Bunkie Life video? If they have any questions, I go, first you'll need to watch the video because it's answered. So having a real stupid simple check-in process, I recommend a video, helps with that a lot. So everybody can self-check-in. Half the time I'd say like 85% of the time I don't meet the guests in person. But you're there if in our case we're there if they need us. We live in an organized township, Port Loring. Oh, Chantel, I was talking to someone from Port Loring, and they're thinking about doing just a bunkie for the cottage. But I'm not a legal professional, so I don't know. But from my experience, most people with an organized township can kind of just go to town. You're free. Can you have natural gas heat or propane? Yes, you probably could. Yeah. We have electric heat. We're close enough to house. We have electric heat. Oh, okay. What I mean is, should you build the washroom bunkie beside your bunk? Yes. So I've thought about that. I think on our new model, if we do rent it out, we're not sure if we will or not, we might just build a separate bathroom. Plus, I need to build one to like take pictures of it and stuff. Terrified of spiders.
Oh, I can answer this one.
Can I build or rent one with confidence? Fretting, Karen White.
Just use spider band. Spray around it. You're good.
Spray on what?
The bunkie.
That's what you do?
The spider band. You put it, you've seen my dad do it with like the big, huge Ghostbuster tank on his back, and he goes around the house and he sprays for spider band.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly cancer-inducing.
Wow.
Why can't you just put up a little... The spiders are our friends. They eat mosquitoes.
No. Spiders are not...
I'm the friendly spider. She's the anti-spider. Every relationship has gas and brakes, and every relationship has a pro-spider and an anti-spider.
No, it's a spider killer, and the person who's terrified of spiders.
I kill the spiders. But I always apologize. I'm like, sorry, little spider. This would not be this way if it wasn't for her. We're back. Our internet is terrible. My apologies. My profuse apologies. We were talking about how far away the bunkie should be so not to smell. The new Sunmar composting toilet does not have any smell. It really doesn't. It's called the Good to Go toilet. So sorry about the drop out there. Everyone's feed stopped. Our internet sucks. We're gonna have to get this fixed for the contest close for sure. This is brutal. So anyway, so sorry about that. So anyways, let's do the code word.
Oh.
Yeah, what's the code word gonna be?
Oh, do I have to pick it?
Yeah, tonight's code word will be spider. So sorry about that. Okay. So anyways, that was a really good thing. And unfortunately, when we drop out, it loses all the comments, which is terrible. So anyways, if you could retype your comments or questions, hopefully we won't get dropped again. But the code word is spider. That code word again. Spider. All right. So thanks for coming back in and sorry for the crash. It creates so much work for me. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Okay. So, yeah, if you guys could comment below with any other income related questions. Let's do this. We're still live. We're still waiting for you. Okay, it seems like it says there's 45 people watching, so the code word again is spider. If you have any questions, type them below about Airbnbs, how to earn income from your bunkie at your campground, your RV park, your trailer park. How much work? This is a really good question. How much work is the composting toilet and cleaning? Not that much work, guys. It really is easy. I got to do a video on that composting toilet. Even mine, which is the older model and is different than the new one, it's not that hard.
Does the new one just incinerate it? Is that what
No,
it
it's
does?
not. It's not an incinerating toilet. It's a separating toilet.
Ah.
So you pee in the front and just keep it separate from the poop. I'm using technical terms, obviously, and because the poop and the pee are separated, that's where a lot of the smell comes from. So the pee goes somewhere, the poop goes into a thing, and then every once in a while you have to pick that bag and throw it out with your compost.
Demographic, that's a good question.
Demographics. What age range are we attracting? We only serve Hispanic people. Just joking. We serve all races, colors, and creeds. But we find mostly it's like probably 25 to 35 couples is like a big chunk of it, and then just anybody. Like there's older people, younger people, but in general it's like younger people that want to get away for the weekend. Our price point's a little, we're cheaper than a campground for the most part. So, this is a great question. How did you run the electricity? I'm ashamed to say I still have not buried the wires. That's on the to-do list. I got extension cords running my bunkie still. What's reasonable to charge per stay? Whatever your market will bear. But I'm charging 60 to 90. That's what we're doing. Good question, though. Really good question. Karen White, how many bunkies can I put on 1 acre? We've got 3 on 2 acres, and I feel like we could squeeze another 6 more.
6? Oh my gosh, just buy the
underground bunkie, guys. It's going to be the 2022 bunkers. We're going to do this.
Bunker life.
Do this. I don't know. It depends on your acre, right? Like, what's your acre like? Is it really flat? I don't know your acre, Karen, but you could fit a lot. Oh, do you wonder about bears? We don't have bears. The worst thing we got are porcupines. We don't have those really close to the. And we do have raccoons, but so far, this is a great story. So there are deer. Sometimes people will see deer. They'll see deer outside the bunkie. And that's they'll write about it in the journal, and they'll be so excited. We saw a deer. It's amazing. But then Carrie's parents were visiting us one time, and they have like a husky, like a pretty obvious husky.
Husky Malamute.
Yeah, these people from this city are staying in the bunkie, and she's a friendly kind of husky Malamute. So she's like going up to like meet them because she's a friendly dog, and they're like, "Wolf, wolf!" Ah! And they started running into the bunkie. I don't know if we got a 5-star review on that one, but
I think we did because their parents, I think, were with them, or somebody else was with them, and they thought it was the funniest thing on earth.
Yeah. Wolf. Oh my gosh. Do you know any laws about using a bunkie for hunting? I do not know any laws, but lots of our customers do have hunt cabins, and they use a bunkie for that. Ooh, can the bunkie be put on a basement-style foundation without a permit? I believe as soon as you have a retaining wall to a certain height, check your Ontario building code, you now have a retaining wall that is now a building. So it depends on how tall. Good question. I've actually thought about that, having like a cool basement. All of your Airbnbs are in Erin. Yeah, all of my Airbnbs are in Erin, but we have other clients, other Bunkie Lifers that have Airbnbs all over. And I think this year we want to make a map. So if you want to go stay in another Bunkie Lifers Airbnb, you can find them. Like there's Dog Lake, Petrolia. There's a bunch of other ones too.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Yeah.
Go up one question, you guys.
Oh. Yeah, we do. Do you go? Yeah, we do, and I do charge for that. Email me if you want to take advantage of that service. What about shower? We don't have shower, and we just say go to the gym to shower. But that's just us. You could have your own shower. You charge more for the premium bunkie. What are the? It's got four. You can sleep 4 people in it, so it's a bit bigger. It's got the air conditioning. That's just kind of. I always like to have different price points and things. So, do you rent ATVs with bunkies? I do not.
Absolutely not.
That sounds like a liability. Do you also rent chainsaws with your bunkie? No. Flamethrowers? No. What is the square footage range? All of our bunkies are around 10 square meters, just under that. Not size. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, I think she's saying what size is under permit size.
Oh, so anything under 10 square meters, according to the Ontario Building Code, doesn't need a permit, square footage. Derek, are you going to have the 2020 model as an Airbnb? Derek has come to my house and seen this one, and I don't know. It's really tall, so we're not sure at this point. Oh, how do you factor how much electricity you claim on your tax? We kind of guesstimate a little bit, but it's a pretty educated guess. And I think I might install, once I bury the cable properly, I'm going to install a proper ammeter to figure that out. But we have a pretty good idea of what our previous bills were, and we can guesstimate. I think enough for CRA.
Yeah, they use it.
Are your 3 bunkies within view of each other? Good question. No, they're all kind of in their own little area. They can't really see each other. Do you let people plug in? Yeah, I always try to say if you're bringing in a coffee thing, unplug the heater if the heater's on. Okay. Do you have certain Oh, yes, great question. This is a really good specific question, Rochelle. Do you have certain check-in times and check-out times? Yes. So you have to check out by 10, and you can't check in till 2, and that gives us a 4-hour window to quickly placate the children, run up and change the bunkies, and I can actually change all 3 bunkies in about an hour if I really hustle. But it gives us 4 hours to. We've got other stuff going on, and that's also a good time for people to come and check out bunkies if they want to come see them, to potentially buy them. Do you allow smoking in the bunkies? Only if you're on fire. Hi again. Any concerns about families with children? I have nightmares about the Home Alone kids jumping off our bunkie loft or swinging on the ceiling fan. Home Alone kids. Do you have a ceiling fan in your bunkie, Nancy? That's awesome. That's pretty cool. All of our families have been really good. Like all of our guests have been really good. We had really minimal crazies.
Kids love the loft. They love to
and I'm sure they do jump.
The
I'm sure they jump off a ladder under the bed. My kids do that as soon as they get into the bunkie now. Just make sure your beds are solid. Replace the springs every once in a while. Are your beds in the loft? Oh, okay. This is a really good question, Victoria, and I probably should have been a little more. So, are your beds in the loft? Any complaints on height? Do you have a mix of sleep? Yeah. So, I have a summer cabin. If you go on our bunkielife.com, you can see their summer cabin. That's a ground floor, just a one room bunkie, no loft. Then I have the original bunkie, which is our no loft model, and that's just a ground floor as well with a queen bed. And then we have our loft bunkie, our 2019 loft bunkie. So it's got a queen bed on the ground floor, and then the queen mattress up there. And I always tell everybody, like, you can fit 2 adults in the queen bed, and you can fit 2 kids up in the loft. But you can fit 2 adults. We've had
4 stay in there a lot.
We've had 4 dudes from Michigan one time come and stay, cuddle up there on a fall night. So it's doable. It's just check out our the new bunkie for sure, but it's quite bigger. It's a lot bigger. Hope that's answering your question. Could I put skylight windows in? It would be a great thing for Airbnb sales. Yeah, I think it would be really cool to have a skylight. I thought about doing that, especially when you're in the loft, look up into the stars through the skylight. But I've yet to do that, pull that off on any of my bunkies. I was thinking about doing it on the new one, to be honest. Yeah. So to join my questions, to put multiple bunkies on one flat acre, is there a limit? You'd have to consult your area. In our area...
10%.
I thought it was 25%.
No, we can't have more than 10% of the property without buildings on it.
Okay, so I stand corrected. It's 10%.
In our area.
In our area of your buildings of your entire property can be outbuildings. So you can't put like 1 million. But if you have an acre, that's a lot of space. Oh, here's a cool question. Were you able to rent your first bunkie right away? Yes. Yeah, I was. I was I put the bunkie on Airbnb before it was finished. So I took photos of my cool surrounding area. We live on a pretty nice hill. And then a stock photo of like what I thought the bunkie was going to look like. And then rented it out. And I was literally finishing it when people were showing up.
Yeah, he's not kidding.
I'm not kidding. I didn't have time to put a bed in, so it was an air mattress. Karen, come on, ATVs are not chainsaws or flamethrowers. LOL. We're just teasing. Do it right, do it once. Steel roof. Thank you. Family first. Do it right, do it once. OCP. What? With the area you have... With the area you have for your bunkie, do you ever rent or bring tents or add friends? If so, how do you charge? I try to kind of like... If anyone's like, so I'm thinking about bringing a few extra friends, I'm always like, what that means is you're thinking of bringing a whole party, right? And... not that I don't mind people partying a little bit off of the bunkie, but one time I walked into the bunkie and there was like 8 kids in there, right? So I tried
kids,
like teenagers or 20-year-olds or
yeah.
Like, snappers are in my bunkie, and so they didn't beat anything up, but it's always like it says max 4, like you paid for 4 people to come, you didn't pay for 18 people to come, so there is like you can set it so like every extra guest is an extra $5, and I think I have it set to that, so it's a little bit more if you have a bunch of people coming. And if they want that many people, I got to know them. I'm fine if they come once or twice. I get to know them. They're like, yeah, we're thinking about coming with a group of friends. Yeah, sometimes people will rent all 3 bunkies together. That's great.
Yeah, I was going to say, then they usually rent it as a group.
And they're usually responsible people if they're going to ask me. But if they just show up with 18 people, we might have a problem. That doesn't happen, though. Have you both slept in your bunkies? Carrie's never stayed in a bunkie.
I don't camp.
Yeah, so the bunkies are not conjugal bunkies; they're just normal bunkies. But I've stayed in every one of the bunkies myself.
Yeah, David. Yeah. Anytime he needs a good night's sleep, and
the bunkies are now my nap cabin as well.
Yeah,
going to change the bunkies, Care. Why did it take you 3 hours? Why are you so rested?
Life with a newborn.
Okay, this is a cool question. Is all your bookings done through Airbnb people, or do they go through you? So I meet everyone through Airbnb, and then if I get to know them, then we'll do like a side deal, block it out for them, and they pay me cash kind of thing.
CRA.
Not cash. They pay me on the books, and I report each dollar. So do you have gas generators available with your bunkies? No, we're close enough that we have power from our house going up to our bunkies.
Pat's got a good question. I was wondering what you were trying to get at with that too.
Just curious, how tall the 2020 bunkie have a bearing whether we'll be using it? It's just really nice. Also, it's really well done right now. It looks great, and
I'm like, don't mess up my decor.
And it is tall, like it's quite tall, and so I don't know. We could rent it out. It's just that's an unknown right now. We're just trying to think to end of this contest, and then we'll figure that stuff out. Oh, here's a great question. Do you sell firewood to your guests? Yes. What we do is we don't sell it. We just say, there's a big pile of firewood. Help yourself. Please donate $10. Some people give 20, some people give 15, some people don't. It's annoying, but there's a little box in each one of our bunkies that says insert firewood money here, please. So I ask for a donation because I feel like that's, take a penny, leave a penny kind of thing. It's a little simpler than like trying to track people down for $5. Oh, Karen.
You weren't on last year's.
Dogs okay? No, Karen.
Maybe she was on last
I love dogs. I love dogs. Pro dog. Very pro dog. It's just the dog people are always like it says no pets, right? And they go, what about my dog? My dog is a Bichon Frise, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't shed and it pees upright and sits upright in a potty. Well, I don't care. It's just no dogs. Because the main reason I don't want dogs is because in my area, I don't want Fluffy running into the forest, getting eaten by coyotes, and then I'm in trouble, right? So I just have a no dog policy.
Sometimes we have like my parents' dog here.
Yeah, and in general, it's just simpler and easier. They don't shedding and stuff. And the only people that like make me want to lose my mind are the people that are like, oh, how could you have no dogs? It's like, open up your own bunkie Airbnb and have a puppy palace. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I love dogs. I have nothing personally against dogs. I just don't want the hassle of dogs. So I say no dogs.
I feel like this just turned into last year.
This is like therapy session for Dave here. I apologize. Oh, yeah. Someone can totally use our little. We have a little a fireplace, and they can boil stuff on there.
You know, those little camp stove things. Yeah, people bring those all the time with the little propane.
Do you have issues with noise complaints from neighbors? No, because we're really rural. Nobody can even hear us.
Well, that and we don't have anybody loud.
That's true. We don't have anybody doing something too crazy. Okay, I can't see or hear the video, so I can't. Someone write what is the password? Okay, cool. So you must have
Spider.
the
Spider
spider.
is the answer.
The code word again is spider. This is a great question. This is the kind of question I would type in. What is the craziest thing one of your guests has done? We had someone. There was someone who was heating. It was a winter camping, heating something in the fire. Then they took it, put it right on the glass table, shattering the glass table. But they told me about it.
And they offered to
pay for it, and it was a $20 garage sale table. So
I thought you were going to talk about the bear people.
The bear people.
Yeah.
What bear people? I honestly don't know.
The bear costume.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, the one time.
That's what I thought you were going for.
So I knock on the door. I was like, I think they asked for something. I don't know, napkins or I don't know, whatever it was. I was bringing something up. Knock on the door, and they were kind of coming out at the same time I was trying to knock on the door, and they're all dressed in like bear, like a literal full bear costume.
They were trick or treating.
Yeah, but they were adults, and so I just said, "Hey, none of my business. Proceed. Here's your napkins." So that was weird.
Oh gosh.
Yes, no smoking. Yeah, I'm anti-smoke. No, I'm a no smoke. I mean, I love smokers. Smoke away, but not in my bunkie. Oh, here's cool. It's good information. Is there a maximum amount of bunkies that can be installed? I'm wondering. In gray, we got a maximum of 3, so you got a maximum of 3 in gray. Cool. Very cool to know. And in us, it's like a percentage, 10% of your property. Cool. Do you rent all year round? Pretty much, yeah. Like our peak seasons are April to November, we'll say, and then the winters are kind of the bonus if we feel like it and we have time. Any bunkie B&Bs in Muskoka? Yes, we've definitely sold bunkie Airbnb bunkies up to Muskoka. Make sure you do your due diligence because they can be anal up there. Yes. Okay. Can guests bring a tent? I usually discourage it. No one's really asked though recently. Yeah, most people just kind of want what's on the label. Ever converted?
Oh man, people have asked about that.
Into an ice. No, you don't. So far, no.
Don't have any, but people have thought about doing it.
Yeah.
It's usually the shipping up to where they need the ice fishing.
Yeah, that can get expensive. Are they sealed to keep out mice? We seal them as best as we can. To be fair, I could have done a better job sealing them. But some of our, like, we have caught a few mice, and we just keep your traps in there so that the first thing they find is a trap. And the good thing about our bunkies is there are always people in it, so the mice there's nowhere to hide in our bunkies too, because the outside wall is the inside wall. There isn't, like, they can't crawl inside the drywall and run around. There's nowhere for them to really hide. So it's not really an issue. And because we have guests so much, they don't, like, have a winter to, like, destroy everything like they do with a lot of cottages. Is it reasonable to get a gas generator or a large propane tank? Yeah, I think it would be reasonable to do that. No pets? Nah, we love dogs. Oh, here's a good question. How about service dogs? I think I'm pretty sure. Is it an emotional support dog? I need my emotional support parrot, David.
Parrot.
So illegally, you can't turn away a service dog. So I have not been down that road, but somebody was giving me a hard time at one time. Do you have to claim the income for renting? We do. We pay taxes on it, so we can support Justin Trudeau's amazing hair. People are like, "You go step in dog poop." That's amazing. It's great. We deserve this. Go step in dog poop. Fair. Now here's an anti-kid. I've never had a dog ruin my cottage up near Algonquin. Now kids, they've ruined tons. Well, I apologize for having children. I'm sorry, not sorry. Cheap to insure as far as having guests. I would look into it in your home insurance, but then you also get the liability insurance through Airbnb. To me, the important part is the liability insurance. If you burn a bunkie down, it's like, okay, we lost $6,000 or whatever it cost. It's not the end of the world. Whereas if someone like sues you, that's where you really need the insurance, in my opinion. Where located? Aaron, next question. Thomas Prince is my new favorite question asker. Are cults welcome? Absolutely. As long as they're sexy cults. Is there a lake close by? No, we have no lake. Guelph Lake.
Pond.
Guelph Lake. But across the road there's a sweet pond. And it kind of looks like it's on our property because of the way it looks. Anyways. This is cool. We have a business card and they kennel dogs. They get their own little houses. That's cool.
That's cute.
Heidi, do you charge for damage? So far I've had no damage. There's that table I mentioned earlier. That was like $20. I didn't charge them. But they did offer to pay. Do you have a noise control? No. I'm usually playing...
Call me.
Yeah. Carrie shakes her fist at them. No.
Shut up. No.
We've never
Honestly,
had to shush them.
We've never had to shush anybody. Like,
No.
Everybody's very respectful of that.
Yeah. Thomas Price. Pot? Can't say that I've never smelt it. What happens in the bunkie stays in the bunkie. That's what I'm talking about, Kathy. Scary it.
Say.
Exactly. Karen, so you run hydro from your house to your bunkies. Do you do bunkie management if you build bunkies close to you? Maybe. Let's talk about it. Possibly. How much do you charge? $60 to $90 a night is my area, my market. Your results may vary.
Carts
Do you allow
all the
carts?
time.
All the carts you can bring? Welcome.
Okay.
No cats. No pets, guys. Have you ever added a screen in a porch? No. We don't have that bad of a bugs. Are renters allowed to have fires? Yes. We have a fire pit in each one of our bunkies. That is it. I'd say Wi-Fi and a fire pit. Those are your two things that everybody wants. Can they be wheelchair accessible? Yes. I think you could add a ramp. I'm not the one with the loft. That you're never going to be able to make that doable, I think, to get up to the loft. But if you make a little ramp, it's pretty easy to do into the main bunkie. I think you can make the wheelchair accessible. Thank you, Mo. It's your property, your rules. So no dogs. Question from wife. I'm glad that Jason let us know this wasn't his question, but his wife's question. Have you ever rented to a group such as Girl Guides? I don't remember. I would have bought the cookies, though, if they had enough
Yeah,
dinner.
jeez. Nobody ever comes out here to offer us cookies.
I know. It's one of the downsides of living in the country. It's the only downside. Where did the Martins move to? Oh, I get that question. Can my wife and I book February 2nd? How do I find you? You got to go to Erin, Ontario, and we'll come up. But we're kind of blocked off until March right now. End of March, maybe, unofficially, because we got a lot on our plate right now. We got a lot on the schedule. So that's the great thing about Airbnb. If you got somebody coming to stay with you, you just block it off.
Like parents.
Parents, in-laws, outlaws, whatever. If you have a baby and maybe you haven't got a lot of sleep for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. How old are you now? 3 weeks? Then you can just block it off and you don't have to think about your Airbnb. Maybe you're running a contest with 100,000 people in it roughly. Maybe you just want to kind of chill for a bit. Oh, this is a cool. If bunking is not used in the winter, is there a winterizing product from moisture?
Protocol.
Yeah, what?
Is it a winterizing protocol, not product?
Oh, protocol. So yeah, actually all of our bunkies pretty much are now double pane glass. But in general, yeah, there's these little damp traps, and we put them in usually about now. But we keep them in all the time. So there's little damp traps, and they collect any dampness. But that was a really good question. Commenting on your swaying. Has anyone asked for a mini? This is cool. Mini playhouse. We're thinking about building that. That's been on the maybe to build. Comment below. Would you buy a playhouse? If so, send me cash now. Do you have a garbage area?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes, we do. So our bathroom bunkie has a garbage now and a recycle bin. So we try to encourage people to do their own garbage. Picnic tables. No, that's good.
You should do that.
That's a good idea. I really thought I like the idea of like a communal kind of area that everyone can go to and share. Yeah.
The thing that might be bringing out soon in Bunkie Life.
Oh, shh, secret. Do people want the loft or prefer to sleep on the main floor? In my experience, about 60% of the people that come to the loft bunkie are still just like a single couple, like 2 people. And if they come with kids, they want that bunkie.
I think in the 2020, like everybody's gonna want to be in the loft just because it's so huge.
Yeah,
It's like a bedroom.
It is. It's really huge. So depends on the kid, I guess. I just talked to my friend Kathy. Oh, let me pull this over. I just talked to my friend Kathy, who said she entered the contest. We'd like to come to that barbecue together in March, so do let us know. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. That's for sure gonna happen. So we're at the end of our questions. If you got any more, feel free to fire them down. But if not, we're gonna say adieu. And actually, I'm gonna finish with a call to action. We don't actually have a communal table. No, we don't. But this is a good idea. We're also learning from what our other Airbnb bunkie people do. Okay, so if hypothetically, hold on, I didn't even go to all the reasons it's so great. I just wanted great steady income. We talked about this though. It's very flexible. You can block in and out. Bunkies are also low maintenance, and they're easy to get started with, right? Like you can just throw your bunkie up and get going. Didn't think this live stream would be that interesting. I was very wrong. Best one so far. Gave me plenty of ideas. Thank you. Well, Al, I'm glad that your low expectations were exceeded.
It's never a dull moment with you.
Is there a reason? Oh, yes. So you can put the ladder on any side. I built one of mine in the middle, one of mine on the side, and a lot of customers will not actually attach them. I've attached my ladder to the thing, but you don't have to do that. You can have like an attic ladder that folds up. There's lots of cool things you can do, but the standard kit comes with just a straight ladder. Okay. Okay, so do you charge a cleaning fee? Yes, you can set a cleaning fee on Bunkie Life. I have it set to the minimum one, which is $7, I think. And that's about what it takes me. It takes me about 20 minutes to do one, so it's about fair. But no damage. Like Airbnb does all the payments. They just deposit the money right in my bank account, and if someone damage deposit, all that stuff can be worked out through them. We haven't had any damage so far. Are you considering doing the rain barrel thing? Not at this point, but it probably could be done. So, in closing, I want to say this. Yeah, I went right to Q&A. In closing, though, I want to say, let's work together. If you are the owner of a campground, RV park, trailer park, resort, hotel, motel, or just an interesting property you want to do an Airbnb on, let's talk. And here's how you do so. Just go to income.bunkielife.com. You can apply to, we have kind of 2 models. One is we rent your land from you and just write you checks, and we take care of it all. The other is you can just buy a bunkie, and we'll kind of coach you through the process and get you started and get you making money. And the goal is to make every single person all their bunkie money back in the first year. That's basically it. So check out income.bunkielife.com for more information and to apply. What's the cost for the 2020? Check out our product page. It's $9,000 right now, and it's going to be on sale for $1,000 off. Well, it is on sale for $1,000 off until a few days after the contest closed for our epic sale. You might remember from last year, because I believe you were in the contest last year. It's always our biggest sale, and it ends right after the contest closes. There are a few days after the contest closes. Do you include your sheets? Yeah, we go to Costco and we get the $30 queen sets from Tranquil Nights. They are the best bunkie sheets, and they last a long time. They look good consistently. Great question. Oh, man. Love listening to the questions. If I knew a way to get Girl Guide cookies to you, I would. I'm a leader. The new ones come out in March. There's new cookies? Tell me more. Now I want 3 bunkies and to become an Airbnb tycoon. Yeah, that's going to be the new game. There's Railroad Tycoon and soon to be Bunkie Tycoon. All right, well, that's pretty much the questions, I think. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast. Thanks for sticking by after we dropped the call. We got to get our internet figured out. Kara, any closing thoughts? My closing thought is please tune in on Thursday. It's going to be the story of Bunkie Life. We're going to go deep into why we do what we do. If you could tune in for only one, that would be the one I would really appreciate if you could tune in for. It's been a pleasure. Catch the rest of the Oscars, watch the pretentious people lecture the commoner about how we should live our lives. It's going to be fantastic. We'll see you again really soon. Have a great night.